Hey guys, this is Nong Nguyen, and today I'm gonna talk about communication between neighbor. So in a large city like Fort Worth, it's very easy that you live in the same street and you don't know um each other and just feel like stranger. Have you ever wait a stranger and you live next to them for years and realize that you don't even know their name? If yes, then you're not alone. So today I want to talk about something simple but very powerful, which is communication between a neighbor. And because when communication break down, so the trust, safety, and the sense of communication that we all want, and why Fort is rapidly developing, the connection between neighborhood doesn't have to disappear with it. And my message for this speech is gonna be rebuilding the communication between neighbor, especially in Fort Worth, can reduce isolation, strengthen trust, and then create safer, more connected neighborhood. And it's gonna start from small local action. So in this speech, I'm gonna talk about the problem, and then we're gonna cover the solution and also the role of communication. So let's start with the problem. Uh, Fort Worth is the 12th largest city in the country in the United States, and it's nearly a million people. My bad. And according to my survey of uh, 2022 city survey, it said fewer than half of the Fort Worth residents said that they feel connected to their neighborhood. So as the neighborhood grow, we spend more time in car, behind the screen, phone, TikTok, and we have less time for face-to-face interacting. And then the problem isn't just for social, it's practical. So like when neighbor don't talk, they feel like it's less lead to help each other and then report. Like let's say you have like a crime and you don't know each other, you feel like you don't want to, you know, like you don't want to report the crime and you don't feel like you want to report safety concern, right? So even a small conflicts between each other, and this issue go far beyond our city. Nationally, a study from Pew Research on 2019 showed that only 26% of America know most of their neighbor. So, which is the other rest is like they don't even know each other, like stranger. And then globally, a major city are seeing that the same train they had the same train. That urban isolation is on the rise, and even in a place packed with people. And then we're gonna move on to the solution. So for the solution, we're gonna talk about like local action, and then nationally, and then globally. So for the action, so what can we do? I would try to give some, solution that we can even do it. So there's the city program called Know Your Neighbor is it actually one of the great example because it's encourage a resident to connect through simple action. Um, they have event, they have flyer, and they create share text, and then they just stop chatting and then start meeting face to face, and then have a sidewalk chatting. And the city even provide the toolkit to help people organize their small gathering. And then on the report of neighborhood service department, they also support over 350 registered neighbor association across Fort Worth. So like they organize potluck to starting community garden, like a real one, so people can bring people together. And if you don't need a program to start, you can even go to a neighborhood, you go to your neighbor, knock on the door, ask for a cup of tea and then start talking to each other and invite them to a coffee, um, date. And then there's little thing gonna build trust for each other over time. And then we're gonna move on to the globally. So one neighborhood in Fort Worth recently organized a shared up child care rotation after creating a strong community connection. And then another started a yard equipment leading library. And this begin with just like a small conversation. We're gonna move on to the role of communication. The heart of the communication is the foundation of the trust. So when neighbor talks, safety improve. Like when you know each other, you feel like is it actually safer for you to talk to somebody, right? And then people are more likely to notice and then report unusual activity or help during emergency. Communication can also prevent conflict, like because it's easier to talk about noise, pet, parking spot, when you know that person by name, not just by, their house number. And when the neighbor talked, they actually showed up. Civic engagement increased, and then more people vote, more people volunteer. They feel like belong to the place. And the best part for that is just communication even isn't expensive. It doesn't require any government program. It's just like uh, each people effort and then just a little concrete can start a first conversation. Um, so for the conclusion, I just want to say that to wrap it up, Forwards is growing really fast, but we can slow it down and then start a conversation to actually rebuilding our community connection. That is gonna reduce isolation. It's gonna improve safety, and it's also strengthens trust in the civic fabric in our city. When we look at the problem of this disconnection, the real program and this local small action already helping and how communication is at the center of it. So the next time when you see your neighbor, um, try to say hello, try to wave at them, give them a smile on your face, put a smile on your face, and then um, start with that small little thing. It could help with the first step to transforming your whole street or maybe even your whole city. That's the end of my speech. Thank you for listening.